Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Their own 25-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
31 yards there and a first down.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of, if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I
You're the
agree
guy.
totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, break.
Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit.
So Mike's number 1, Mike. Ready, ready. Come on, get it.
On first down, Snow. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long.
Mike 1, Mike 1. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hit it.
Back to throw. Snow. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here we go. Oh, one's the mic. Watch 1. Watch 1.
Be grip.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0.
Jaguars 7, Bills 0.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Come on, set. 10, touchdown. Off. It's time to win. It's time to bust. Slam.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's it. Big hit.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On second down, here's Miller. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Mike, two. Check. Go.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And able to find Green. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down, Bills.
On the double. Too little, cupcake. Tight right. 4 down. Check. Ready, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete to Adams. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yo, you, doggone. You got motion man right there. Shit,
On second down, it's Miller. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Kill. Hey, alert 3.
Jackson. And the grab by Croft. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Miller, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check, 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 check.
5.
Off the play fake. Snow under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Watch one.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 25, check 25, check 25.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Hey, Alpha.
So Mike's number one. Drop deep, drop deep. Here we go. Here we go.
Ready.
From the gun, Snow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Go. 50 seconds the mic.
Throwing is Jackson. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Go. Play. Check 52.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's get it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You must be dreaming.
Check.
Here's Jackson.
Let's go one more.
He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All day. I'm coming after you. No. Off. Ball trot. 41 Mike. 40 go. 41 Mike.
Draw play. This is Miller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
That's track. Watch twist.
On second down now, it's Miller, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, don't be scared of it. Check your hot read. Check 26, check 26.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. This is Miller. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Bang, 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 bang. Check 24, check 24.
They'll run. It's Miller. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Tight end right, tight end right.
3 down, 3 down.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Caught by Wilson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. 66, bullet, high. Kill, kill, kill.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Smoke, smoke. Set, go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
On the ready. Watch 2. Watch 2. Hayward.
Penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Check 13. Check 13.
Hold up.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Kill. Hey, turn.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this one's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And that's complete. It's green here. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Off play action. Snow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
We got three. Three down. Echo.
SOS.
On second down and 4, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Army.
Mike 2.
Here we go, D.
Hut.
From the gun, Jackson. Shifts past him at the 45. That one complete to Yeldon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Single receiver. Hey, you
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Snow. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
50's the mic. Bound to lose one.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Caught by Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Check 50. Check 50.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
You're not going to roll. West. Check, check. Fresno. Fresno. Fresno.
On second down, here's Yeldon. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Looking to throw on second down. Snow. And he completes it to Westbrook. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Ready, ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
First down, Bills.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Delta. Go.
Mike's 50. Watch the backer. Mike.
Ready, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills cut into that lead. Stephen Hauschka for the point after.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Makes the score Jaguars 28, Bills 10.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Chark, 81 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
Now Jackson on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Go, run.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game.
Fournette loses it. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Ready? I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Shoot.
On second down, here's Fournette.
Watch the air.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Ready and the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Check 99. Check 99.
Fournette on the toss to the right. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lambeau on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Jaguars 42, Bills 10. Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. 15-90. 15-90. 64. Weak. Mike, smoke. Watch two. Watch two.
To throw is Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Your trip is here.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Check.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
We got right. There we go.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Get there.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Okay, break. 3, Mike 3. Combo, combo, combo.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Fournette running right. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a desperation throw deep down, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion.
And 7 yards to go.
The Bills on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.